Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one wave at a time. We're living, we're dying, but we stand side by side. In the glow of the embers, there's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together in the world that we've made. Yeah. Come Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We're growing our crops in the soil of the past, looting what we can, praying each night will last. But under the sirens and the distant screams, there's a fire in our hearts and a handful of dreams. Here comes Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Come Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one wave at a time. We're living, we're dying, but we stand side by side. In the glow of the embers, there's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together in the world that we've made. Yeah. Come Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We're growing our crops in the soil of the past, looting what we can, praying each night will last. But under the sirens and the distant screams, there's a fire in our hearts and a handful of dreams. Here comes Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Come Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one wave at a time. We're living, we're dying, but we stand side by side. In the glow of the embers, there's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together in the world that we've made. Yeah. Come Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We're growing our crops in the soil of the past, looting what we can, praying each night will last. But under the sirens and the distant screams, there's a fire in our hearts and a handful of dreams. Here comes Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Come Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one way there's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together in the world that we've made. Here comes Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We're growing our crops in the soil of the past, looting what we can, praying each night will last. But under the sirens and the distant screams, there's a fire in our hearts and a handful of dreams. Here comes Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Comes Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one wave at a time. We're living, we're dying, but we stand side by side in the glow of the embers. There's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together.
And hello everybody, welcome to today's meet and greet. This is Plexus Gaming, your host. And let me get this up. No, that's not. I've got the auto capture. um, Not exactly sure what's going on here. I'm missing something. There we go. I've got it working. But hello everybody. Welcome to the meet and greet. Primarily we talk about 7 Days to Die, but we can talk about other subjects. But also it's a time for everybody to, for the community to meet each other. One of the, and let me get this off to the roll here. We just started 2.5, and we've actually discovered a few things, things that were taught by others, but we also discovered a few things of our own. For example, the one thing we found out is when you have that smell, if you go into water, the smell goes away. And as long as you're wet, the smell stays away. See if there's anything else. See if there's anything else I may have noticed. But I also want to do, as part of the meet and greet, a chance for some from people of note, like in the last week, who's joined. We had Loping Chief. Hello, Heathen Bunny. I was just getting ready to give it a shout out to to the people who have subscribed for the last week that I have on record here. Loping Chief 302, he about a day ago. Ghost Pet Shop also joined about 3 days ago. And then I know it's like a week and a half ago, but Chaotic Loot Goblins also joined. But anyway, Heathen Bunny. Just in case you're, I'm not sure you're aware of the format for this, but I just, what this is it's a meet and greet. You can ask questions about 7 days. You could also ask about questions of other games. If I know it, I'll answer it. If not, I'll tell you. But it's also a chance for everybody to come together and, basically just chat without, being distracted by the game. So anyway, I gather you just got back from work when we were getting off. Isn't that what happened? Because you got on and it's like we were just starting to log off. So like I said, I assume you were getting back from work or doing some sort of chore. So, but anyway, I also mentioned before you got on, one of the things that we noticed with the 2.5, amongst the things that other people have, we've listened to and heard, that when you have when you eat something and you get a smell, and it's so that so that the zombies can smell you for it's up to 100 meters, I heard. But if you go into a water source and you submerge yourself, the smell goes away, and it stays away, and it stays away as long as you're wet. So that's a little trick to get around that. But yeah, I'm just curious. Nobody's made a comment, Heathen Bunny, but have you heard the Christmas intro and extra song? Are you there, Heathen Bunny? Okay, she'll answer when she can. Ah, you'd like it. Here, let me give it a quick play for you.
Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one wave at a time. We're living, we're dying, but we stand side by side. In the glow of the embers, there's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together in the world that we've made. Yeah. Come Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We're growing our crops in the soil of the past, looting what we can, praying each night will last. But under the sirens and the distant screams, there's a fire in our hearts and a handful of dreams. Here comes Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the ashes, through the cold and the rain. He's bringing hope to the weary in this endless fight, saying Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Come Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate.
How do you like it? Oh. Probably, I might do this a different way, but yeah, I know there's a little bit of a delay, so uh, yeah, I worked a little bit. I worked a little bit on that one. Spent a few hours getting that put together. Hmm. No, I was referring to the new the Christmas theme song. Now I'm going to work on one for New Year's, and they will. I don't know. I might change it up every month or so. After that. Yeah, 2.5. 2.5 doesn't seem to be that bad so far. There's things about it that are different, like now you can make the mods for the dew collectors. You can make the jars for the to improve your water. And then what's the other things that we've seen? The plague spitter, the rancher that he's called now. If you can't stop him in the middle of him spitting out the bees. Like you were like before, you were able to, if you hit him, it would stop him from spitting bees out. Even if you hit him, if he's in the middle of spitting out, yeah. But he spits out bees. But also the other thing I like is you can get wax. You can loot wax from the tree stumps. Oh. Yeah, the only way to get him is to get him before he knows you're there. So you have to use a ranged weapon. Excuse me. Pardon me. Probably gonna get a little bit of probably get some sleep when we get done with this. But I haven't run into it, but Ninja has run into it. That's how we know that you can't do that. But yeah, it's if you see a tree stump, I mean, there's a possibility you can release some bees. Yeah, you did miss it. Bubble Ninja ran into a plague spitter and he tried fighting it, but when he was in the process of spitting, he couldn't stop it, and he ended up getting stung by the bees. But there's another way to get there's another way to get bees. It's through the tree stumps. If you get honey and wax, there's a there's a good possibility you're going to be there's a good possibility you're going to also get bees from the tree stump. So, but everything's coming along. We've already, as you can see, we're already up. I'm upgraded to 2.5. So is the server, and so is everybody else. Yeah, you'll have to go. Yeah, as far as you missing it, you have to go and take a look at whatchamacallit, Ninja's stream. He was having a lot of interesting times, coming back from the base. Well, coming back from his base. But yeah, we're really coming along. Ugh, I am so sorry. I'm just it was a semi-long night, but it was a long 4-hour stream. I'm slowly getting used to doing a 4-hour stream again. There was a time not too far back. How long was I doing it? I think I did a 17-hour stream once. I don't know how I did it. Well, that's my job, to spoil you guys. If I don't spoil you, I'm not doing it right. Yeah, I was so tired. I didn't know which way was up. I just flopped on the. I was asleep before I even got on the bed. I just fell over onto the bed. I mean, I didn't even take off my shoes. My wife came in and got my shoes off and literally tucked me into bed. That's how tired I was. I was trying to make it a 24-hour stream, but I didn't have the stamina for that. I don't know. I've seen people that have done 24 hours. Literally, really, I have actually seen people who did it. I mean, granted, they were younger, and when I was I think, what was it? I was 20 years old in the service. I was awake for there were times I was awake for 3 days without an ounce of sleep. So I don't think I could do that again. But back then, my job I had, that was necessary. Yeah, well, that's also one of the reasons why I make sure I take one day off. So this way, if I need to catch up on sleep, that's what I do. I just sleep. Oh. But oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's called life. You know, it's called real life. You know, you're allowed to get distracted over this. I'm not going to be upset. Ugh. Whenever you ever noticed me not to be unreasonable? Not a problem. Not a problem. Real life comes first. I'm glad when you can make it. Yeah. I've been told I've been too nice a guy at times. But I'd rather be nice. Yeah, I'd rather be too nice than have, than somebody saying, "Oh, you're grumpy." Nah, I don't want to be grumpy. Matter of fact, I'd rather have somebody go away and, I'd rather have spend a time chatting with somebody. Yeah, I'd rather spend time chatting with somebody, and then giving them a few yuckles, a few yucks, so that this way, their day is brightened a little bit. You know, like I don't know if you're aware, I've been in and out of the hospital a lot this year, because of a seizure issue I've got, and one of the things I always do is, the nurses and the doctors that come in, and they'll come in and out. I'll always try to get them to smile or laugh, or do something like that, because I know, especially in the ER, they see a lot of pain and suffering, and to have somebody come in and give them a little bit of a laugh, even while they're not in a good shape, that brightens their day up a little bit and helps them get through it. Yeah, the medication the new medication they start giving me is finally taking hold. It takes about the medication takes about 6 weeks before it sets in, and then once it does, then you see, but at the same time, I'm one of these people, it's like kind of like a roller coaster. I'll be, I'll do really, I'll have a lot of problems, and then, or no, I'll do really well, and then it'll go down and give me it'll give me some issues. Then I'll go up. It'll be, then it's basically I'll have up and downs. Like it's a cyclical nature. And it's weird. I mean, because it's like, the problem here is that these kind of seizures, as I've been told by a neurologist, I could end up one of three ways. I could end up just having a regular seizure and, go to the ER, and I'll come out of it and go home. Or I can go have a seizure, and end up in a coma or pass away. And the only thing that the only thing that they can do if the medications don't work is literally find out where the problem is. But unfortunately, I don't have a specific location. It's a generalized, so that type of neurosurgery is not possible in my case. And But what they do is if it's if it's vocalized, you know, if it's a localized area, you know, they'll put in probes and basically, you know, deaden that area to avoid it. But that's only if it's localized. Mine is general. You know, it's not focal, it's not general. You know, and no, say that again. It's not focal, it's generalized. And so, like I said, medication's got to hold on. And it does. You know, it really does. You know, but I just have, you know, right now I just have to live with it, and hopefully the doctors, you know, are right this time around. As I had to think the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that. You know, every time it happens, you know, we kind of like, what are we going to do? You know, and the last, you know, like this, they said the last 2 times, it's not, you know, medication wise, it's not much more. You know, I'm taking 3 anti-seizures. That's you know, that's how you know, that's my, you know, that's how much it's you know, that's how bad it's been. But at the same time, it could simply because of there's some behind the scenes stresses that are going on. You know, that I'm not going to put out in front of the world. But once those are resolved, and they'll be resolved. You know, once those are resolved, and they will be resolved, I might even, you know, I might even be able to get, you know, have the medications, you know, drop down a bit. We'll see. I mean, you know, I've been through stressful times in my, you know, in my past, especially, you know, when I was in the, especially was when I was in the military. And I mean, I'm still, you know, I'm okay. Alrighty. I'm willing to listen if you want to tell me that. You know, I mean, you don't have to. Understand that. I'm not saying you have to. I just get the impression that you want to tell me. So, but I could be wrong. Okay. Well, if you want to share that over Discord, you can wait until the stream is over, which will be in about 33 minutes. But yeah, you should have a link to my Discord. Hey, all right, RMG. Welcome to the meet and greet. I think I mentioned it to you. This is basically, we have a chat about 7 Days to Die. But you know, we can talk about other games. If I have an answer for that game, I'll let you know, or I'll let you know I don't. The other thing about it is it's a chance for everybody to basically say hi and get to know each other a little bit better. You know, girl, close community. So, did you get a chance to see any of the earlier stream, RMG? So, but yeah, it's everything has its way of working out. So, so what you been up to? Ah, okay, no problem. I wish I were there. I wish I were asleep too. But I promised to schedule. I promised to have a schedule, and I try to do my best. The only time I ever miss a schedule is when I've had an episode and I end up sleeping for 24 hours. So oh, I mean that's the only way that I know that I've had an episode is when I wake up and it's like 24 hours later. I says, oh boy. It's about 9:30. What are you in? What are you in Australia? New Zealand? Oh, 9:30 p.m. 5 hours ahead. All right, so that puts you in Europe. Excuse me, that puts you in Europe. 5 hours. So that would be England. Yeah, for me it's 4:30. We're all over the place. She's Mountain Time. I'm Eastern Time. You're over there. Yep, that's what I thought. You're over in the UK. I mean, that's not a problem. I used to have before I had the guys that I currently play with, there was a guy that his name was Matt Cooper. He did. If you looked at some of my earlier videos, he and I were doing 7 Days to Die, and we started off just we met on a server, we got together, and that just started a beautiful friendship that lasted a few years until he passed away a couple of years ago. Yeah. And I kind of missed him because he was a good friend of mine. But yeah, apparently his brother was in some sort of band. So, and unfortunately, I didn't know until a common friend told me that they linked his obituary, and that's how I found out. But anyway, I do feel for you guys over in Europe. Things are really not looking good. I mean, I'm having being a veteran, like something like that comes up, I just keep my eyes on it. But anyway, so you were okay. So I have this turned the wrong way. Nine thirty p.m. and you were asleep. Interesting. So, but anyway, yeah. So the I had mentioned to Heathen Bunny earlier because we've just switched over from 2.4 to 2.5. That amongst all the things that people have said, there is one thing that we found out that with how when you eat something you have a smell about you. Well, we've discovered that after you eat, if you submerge yourself in a water source completely, the smell goes away, and as long as you're drying out, the smell stays away. So it's a little thing to it now. Let's see. Yeah, the smell mechanic. Yeah, but we actually did discover that. My DJ Wolf, or Wolfie as I call him, outside of the game. He created a little bath up on the second floor, and because he thought maybe that taking a bath might work, so he created that. So what's the first thing that happens is I eat something and I get the smells. I can understand that one. The matter of fact, I thought I saw it happen at the end of today's stream, as far as the laceration and the Zeds coming around. But yeah, I found out that I jumped into the bath after eating, and I saw the red nose show up. But as I went underneath, it suddenly went away. So I guess taking a bath in 2.5 is now a necessity. But so did you actually get a chance to see the game that Whiplash was playing yesterday? RMG? I find it ironic that he was playing the game and it was the initials of it were SNY, and then somebody showed up with the initials of SNY. But what time is it? But yeah, well, the video is. Let's see. Bouncing cars. I didn't see the whole. I didn't see the whole show, the whole stream. But so I don't know the reference to the bouncing cars things. I'm assuming that's railroad cars or something. yeah, Whiplash is a Whiplash is a funny guy. He gets himself into a predicament. Next thing you know, he's screaming and running to get out of there. My current 7 days game. I couldn't quite hear what was being said on his channel. Whatever it was like. Apparently, he doesn't use a. He doesn't. He uses a mic, but he's got it set so it doesn't quite pick up his speakers. I assume he uses a boom mic. I mean, that's the advantages to boom mics. They have that little back cover so that the sound only comes from one direction. Or, gee, I probably just got my mouth. But it's got a cover on it so that the mics don't feed back into them, or the speakers don't feed back into the mic. So the but anyway, Heathen Bunny, you kind of said lol, but you didn't you didn't specify about. I need to I'm trying to get some feedback on the Christmas song that I've got for the intro. So this way next year I know if I have to have a different one. But oh, what's your goal for your current play game? I'm sorry, I misread that one. My current goal is we've got to get. Okay, my current goal is we have to get the base upgraded so it's stronger, a little bit stronger. We have to have an elevated area so we can park our vehicles, and also we need to put down. We want to put down 2 runways, one east-west, the other north-south, along with a tunnel to along the setting a mine down. So we can do mining, without going, without having to worry that something's down there or going a large, a far distance away. Although it's been, I gotta say, it's the current mine that I've got, it's been interesting. I hit an iron vein, and yeah, I do. Yeah, we do a lot of we do go out and do a lot of looting. As you know, I'm the builder, so I do a lot. So I do a lot of I spend some time going around, doing things around the base. Getting it. Trying to getting it ready for the next horde night. Um, like I said, one of the things I do is I build a lot. I mean, that was one of the early things that I did in the game. I had there was like here, there were three massive bases that I built until I found out that's not always the best thing to do because it tends to crash servers. Um, the first one I built didn't crash the server, but I started a building all the way down on bedrock and built it up and got it to go up out of the up out of the ground. And before I got done, before I stopped doing it, um, my what is I forget what they call it, but ever since I was little, I have had a fear of heights because I fell off of because a ladder that I was climbing up fell over. So I've never really been trustful of ladders or heights. I can handle to a degree. I can handle heights. I mean, this is no joke. I can jump out of a plane, no problem. I won't have problems with that. You know, but my okay, it didn't work. Let's see here. I'll see if I can. Okay, I'm trying to see. It should still work then. Did you save the Did you save the server? Let me see. Try that. That should work you. Sure. You're more than welcome to, Heathen Buddy. But RMG, I put the, I have a new link. I don't know how long it's going to work, so. Sometimes Discord can be funny. The last link I did it said invalid. Seriously? Yeah, sometimes it can be funny like that. Okay. That's a new one. Okay. That works. Understand the Discord can be fussy. But you know, right now I'm in the general chat room on my Discord server. So you're welcome to join. For the meet and greet, you're welcome to join. As is anybody else who's just listening in. They're welcome to join as well. But oh. But yeah, like I said, it it can be fussy. But once you get it, you got it. You know? If you but if you look on Discord, you'll see what looks like an angel in armor with a sword looking up to heaven. Oh. So, but yeah, I don't. Sorry for the dead air. Trying to resolve an issue. So. Let me guess. You are the. Your Discord name is Wicked Bunny. What time is it? Well, okay. So you are part of the server. Like I said, look for an angel. You'll know it by the wings behind his back, that has armor, a sword, and is looking up to heaven. So, well, everybody, thank you for being around for another meet and greet. I look forward to talking with you some more. I'll share things that I learned. Maybe you can share some things you learn about 2.5, and we can all become good. We can all become the best players we can be all together. All right. So, like I said, but until then, I'll catch you on Monday at 5 p.m. for another episode of 7 Days to Die 2.5. Have a great weekend.
Santa Claus flying through the night, dropping one more crate by the campfire light. Supplies for Plexus and the friends on the line, holding back the hordes one wave at a time. We're living, we're dying, but we stand side by side. In the glow of the embers, there's nowhere to hide. Yet we water the fields and we sharpen our blades, growing stronger together in the world that we've made. Yeah. Come Santa Claus down our battered lane, through the smoke and the crate by